I'm down with that.
Let's
go
man.
fast. Let's go fast.
Let's do it. Go quick.
Yeah. All right, so let's break into it. The news you may have missed, or talk about the news you may have missed. DeSantis outraged over looting by illegal immigrants post-hurricane. They should not be here. So said Tuesday that 3 of the 4 suspects arrested and charged with looting after Hurricane Ian were in the country illegally. These people are foreigners that are illegally in our country, but not only that, they try and loot and ransack in the aftermath of a natural disaster, said Mr. DeSantis, who recently has made headlines for shipping migrants to the state, or from his state to sanctuary cities. They should be prosecuted, but they need to be sent back to their home country. They should not be here at all. I did love a lot of the references where DeSantis was saying it's like, this is a Second Amendment state. You don't know what's behind that door. And a lot of people were putting up signs saying, you shoot, we loot, we shoot. Which DeSantis did not directly say, because then they would have accused him of racism, because apparently that's what somebody in the 1960s said, because for some reason looting is a form of racial justice or some shite.
Go Florida Governor Ron
DeSantis 2024.
All right, so from ABC News, the Satanic Temple takes aim at Idaho, Indiana abortion bans. Religious organizations have long been involved in debate over Idaho's strict abortion laws, with Catholic priests, evangelical Christian groups, and others frequently lobbying lawmakers and filing legal briefs in support of abortion bans. But in Boise, Idaho, religious, we've already covered that. Now the Satanic Temple is also weighing in. The Salem, Massachusetts-based group, which doesn't believe in a literal Satan, but describes itself as a non-theistic religious organization, sued Idaho in federal court late last week, contending that the state's abortion bans infringe on the rights of members who may want to practice the temple's abortion ritual. Our members hold a sincere belief that they can and they should have an abortion in cases of unwanted pregnancies. W. James Matt Naughton and the attorney representing the Satanic Temple said in a phone interview Wednesday. The organization filed similar lawsuits in Indiana last month and in Texas last year, and Mark Naughton said he wouldn't rule out filing additional lawsuits in other states. So the wonderful Satanic Temple and the Satanic group is basically like, trying to interfere in other states' crap.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
Keep watching for that kind of story. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So,
anyway,
as we're coming along, I just read a update for the UCP election. So the first ballot, no majority winner was declared.
Okay.
So Danielle Smith is ahead with 41%.
I figured as much.
And then Travis Taves is behind him. Brian Jean is behind him. And then the only person who's been like fully rejected and
Todd Lowen?
Nope, Leela here is out. She only received 1.65%. So they're probably just going to keep going. And I have a feeling that Danielle Smith will win when Todd Lowen is kicked. Because most of her secondary support will be from Todd Lowen.
That makes sense. That's probably going to happen.
So that's probably going to happen. So we will be updating you as it goes along, as it comes in. This will be some semi-live coverage of the UCP election. So, next story. Germaphobe Howard Stern leaves bunker for first night with friends since 2020. He came out of hiding to dine with a host of stars, including Jennifer Aniston, Jason Bateman, John Hamm, and Jimmy Kimmel. So the germ-fearing king of all media. That's a joke. Infamous germaphobe and COVID-fearing Howard Stern has been broadcasting from home since March 2020, went out to dinner in public for the first time since the start of the pandemic. He dined at Israeli restaurant Laser Wolf. Laser Wolf. That is a crazy name for a restaurant.
That's pretty crazy.
Fellow diners snapped a photo which showed the maskless Stern chatting with Ham as Kimmel sat nearby and submitted celebrity Instagram account Dumoy. Or Dumois.
Adoy, huh?
Yep, Adoy. But yeah, this is stupid. Like, the fact that you haven't left your house in 2 years is shocking. Like, how are you still even moderately sane? Oh, wait, you're not. But how would, like, I would go stir crazy if I didn't leave my house for 2 years and had everything delivered to my house for 2 years. Like, nobody was allowed to enter his house unless they had multiple COVID tests. So you had like, and he only had like a certain amount of people allowed in per month. The lengths at which they went to try and avoid COVID was laughable if it wasn't so pathetic. But such is the state of our modern culture. These are the people that are celebrities.
Crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. But
here's something interesting that's happening in Las Vegas. So this is from the New York Post. Suspect in custody after 2 dead, 6 injured in stabbing attack on Las Vegas Strip. So apparently a suspect...
Danny, your video.
My video? Is my video off?
Yeah, your video's off.
1 second. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, no problem.
Apparently, I think my there we go. My Discord kind of like timed out or something like that. Okay, hopefully that helps. Let's give that a try. All right, can you see me now?
Yes, we can see you now. All right, go for it.
All right, so as a suspect is in custody after a violent stabbing attack left 2 people dead and at least 6 others injured on the Las Vegas Strip Thursday morning, police said. Sheriff Joseph Lombardo said the victims were tourists and locals. Las Vegas police said during a press conference of the 8 victims, 2 were dead and 3 maintained in critical condition. A male suspect in his 30s was taken into custody, police said. A motive for the crazed attack is unknown. Earlier at the scene, Lombardo said a kitchen knife was recovered at the scene. The attack began around 11:42 a.m. local time on South Las Vegas Boulevard near the Wynn Casino, both major resorts in the city. Some of the victims were showgirls taking pictures with tourists, bystanders, and other news outlets. The suspect allegedly stabbed his first victim in what appeared to be an unprovoked attack before fleeing and stabbing more victims. The suspect was followed by concerned citizens who they called 911 for help, and the perp gave police his identity and claims not to be a local resident, but they're working to confirm that information. This is clearly tragic and hard to understand, hard to comprehend. Murder investigation that deeply impacts our community. So, basically, the as far as we know right now, it's looking like a weird, random stabbing attack all throughout like the Las Vegas Strip. I think the main thing, the main takeaway from this, is the fact that stabbing is every bit as dangerous as having a gun, as demonstrated here in Canada when we had like a basic like Canada-wide manhunt for 2 brothers who went on a stabbing spree as well. You can cause just as much damage with like knives as you can with a gun, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Are we advocating for knife control? No, we are not.
No, not at all. We're advocating for dumb control.
Yep.
Particularly from the government.
Exactly. But yeah, I have no idea how to transfer from gun control to car bombing.
This is news you may have missed. So you just
yeah, I guess I don't really have to transition. So U.S. Intel concludes Ukraine was responsible for car bombing that killed Daria Dugina. Car bombing private citizens is what the good guys do. So U.S. intelligence officials concluded the Ukrainian government ordered the car bombing of the daughter of a political philosopher, Alexander Dugin. Despite Kiev denying responsibility for the attack, which took place in August, U.S. intelligence agencies have now concluded the explosion was sanctioned by parts of the Ukrainian government. The U.S. reportedly had nothing to do with the attack, of course, had no advanced knowledge, and chastised the Ukrainians when it was found out that they were responsible. The intended target of the attack was almost certainly Alexander Dugin, whom the Western media claims is a close ally of Vladimir Putin, yet has seemingly never met the Russian president. Dugin initially planned to travel to Moscow with the same car as his daughter, but ended up traveling in a different vehicle. Asked about the assessment, government spokesman Mikhailo Podolyak continued to deny involvement, telling the New York Times, someone like Dugina is not a tactical or strategic target for Ukraine. So, yeah, this is...
Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine
you done messed up, bro.
You done messed up, and you're just making things worse. And then, of course, we're going to go later on when we talk about the douche of the week, about how, my goodness, you guys just want the world to burn.
Going full Joker.
Yeah, going full Joker, and it's crazy and it's sadistic. It's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But it's a possibility that the Ukrainians may also be responsible for what happened in the Baltic Sea. So we'll find out more about that soon. All right, so this is from True North, the final story. Peterborough Public Health advises no indoor gatherings ahead of Thanksgiving. Lovely. Ugh, I love how they were bringing this back. So Peterborough, Ontario is telling people to stay masked and avoid indoor social gatherings this Thanksgiving, citing a very high COVID risk. I thought we were done with COVID. I thought vaccines were supposed to
Didn't Biden
end
just
COVID.
say that COVID was over?
Didn't he say that COVID was over somehow? And I guess people are just going to comply. So Peterborough Public Health issued an advisory warning Wednesday, upgrading its COVID-19 risk index. One-third COVID risk index moves to very high. Is that really her name?
Piggott?
Dr. Piggott? Piggott? We just call her Dr. Piggy? I was just going to call her Dr. Piggy. Oh, yeah, pretty much. It's like,
Yes, you're very. Our region is experiencing some of the highest COVID-19 case rates in the province. Ahead on the Halloween weekend, we strongly encourage everyone to be mindful of our most vulnerable residents through their pick.
oh, yeah. Apparently Kermit is just cringing and rolling in his grave. Our region is
Kermit?
experiencing some of the highest...
Kermit, that was
Give me.
you sounded
Give me
like
different-
Grover.
Well, it's kind of hard to do Miss Piggy and Grover. It's kind of like an overlap.
Yes, Miss Piggy.
That's true.
It's very true, right? Our
You
region
always
is
sound like
experiencing...
Elmo.
Our region is experiencing some of the highest COVID-19 case rates in the province.
Ahead of the holiday weekend, we strongly encourage everyone to be mindful. I mean, that would get so annoying so fast. Almost
know.
like thrown in the news. It'd be so bad. I can do it, though, if I want to. Older adults, those who are immunocompromised, and those who have not received COVID vaccine are at high risk. That's been literally proven wrong by several studies. So, it's like they're a couple of years behind. Could be a high risk for severe outcomes due to a COVID-19 infection. Oh, danger! It's basically like Kermit the Frog, If you choose to gather this weekend, try to gather out. Okay, are you freaking kidding? They're still saying this. Go outside when it's cold, when it possibly is cold, to celebrate Thanksgiving. Thus giving yourself a higher chance of getting sick from the elements. Great advice, you morons.
Yep.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I swear these public health officials have literally handed in their medical license and be like, we'll just tell us what to say, we'll say it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the big takeaway from this is we've learned, apparently Peterborough Public Health has learned nothing. Like us, taken none of the science, none of the things we've learned over the last 2 years into account. They're just like booga 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 booga. Watch out, Chicken
Booga
Little,
booga.
the sky's falling. Yeah. Everything is just terrible.
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness. Well, everything is
I know.
terrible. Everything is terrible. But
Everything is
thankfully,
awful.
there might be some
Everything is
hope on the
falling like a
horizon.
falling star. By the way, you got to do. You. That's what I was going to mention at the very beginning. You didn't get the nothing to see here thing from
Oh,
YouTube.
that's true.
You forgot that. That's right. Why don't you go get that?
Yeah.
While I prepare our wonderful audience for the inevitable coming story. So basically, whenever we do a nothing to see here segment, the idea is that they get mad at you if you so they do something, something crazy comes out, and then if you point it out, they freak out. They're like, oh, why do you care so much? And why are you drawing attention? What are you, a bigot? Why do you care about this stuff? And then after it all dies down, they're like, oh, well, you were right about everything. And it's actually good now. It's totally okay. This is the playbook that they follow. So
okay, hold on.
yeah. What's going on?
Please,
What's going on?
please do Conquer Worm. I have not seen the TikTok compilation of farmers showing how the government paid them to destroy their own crops. That's pretty nutty.
Ooh.
So yeah, definitely share. I would be very interested to see that.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
if you
absolutely insane.
Where should he put it on Twitch?
He's gonna